Hello everyone, you're watching Bazmount and welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, feel free to slap a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. I massively appreciate all the support and it helps out the channel so much, so thank you once again. Last weekend we did actually manage to hit the magical number of 50 subscribers and I cannot thank you guys enough for the support along the way. I started this whole YouTube thing as a joke and now I'm kind of taking it serious with 50 subscribers now. I still cannot believe I've hit it. So today we have a little bit of an interesting video. As you guys probably know already, I play a lot of DoD on Roblox, Day of Dusk, and I decided to create a tier list on all the weapons that you can buy with Robux. I'll make sure to include the prices and their stats so you guys aren't puzzled on which one you may want to get. I haven't included all the weapons in the game, as a lot of the weapons are specialized for certain events that happen in the real world, like the maple-powered rifle for Canada Day, and the patriotic M249 for Independence Day. Also, some guns are specially made for Aegis, so if you do want to get those guns, you will have to join Aegis to get them. So here's the tier list. We have the OP tier for the absolute just OP guns, overpowered guns. Well, the first class, which is just under that. They're very good, but not OP. Got decent. I mean, it's in the name, decent. We have the usable tier, the just okay tier, and the stinker tier. Alright. Also, I did get a lot of these stats from a man named Atcroft who made this document, which had all these stats and pictures and all that good stuff. You can have a look at it. I'll leave a link down to that in the description down below. I'll also leave a link to this tier list for you guys if you want to put the guns where you want it, and let me know if what you guys think. Alright, so first up we have the G1S. Now, I've heard many people say that this gun is just everything, and what I will say is that it does have everything. It has the one-shot ability, coming in with 500 damage per shot. This energy-loaded sniper will take out your target when needed. The capacity of the mag holds one bullet, but with this gun it goes both ways. You may have an extremely strong weapon, but if you may happen to miss your shot, you are there waiting a total of 5 seconds to reload. The price of this weapon is 4,286 Robux, which amounts to about 54 US dollars. I highly recommend you getting this weapon if you do enjoy sniping, or you need to get out of a sticky situation in the facility. With most raiders, you do see them having this weapon, as it's quite essential to raiding, in my opinion. I'm saving up for it now, as I don't have it right now, and it looks like a great weapon to use for raiding. I know lots of people are hesitant of getting the G1S because of the price, but if you can afford it, 100% go for it. And if you can't, that's also fine. You can raid and do your duties without it. My score for this weapon would be a solid 9 out of 10. The only thing that stops it from being a 10 out of 10 is the price and the long reload time, but that would just be the most broken gun ever. Yeah, so it's going to the OP section, if you guys didn't know. Okay, next up we have the G2R. This is a laser pistol that holds 12 bullets in the magazine. Once again, it's an energy-filled weapon, so it would have more damage than the normal guns. It's a similar gun to the X33 pistol, which we'll get to later, which is this purple one here. And so it does 41 damage, and it has a fire rate of 272. So this weapon would be nice as a secondary or backup weapon when you need a quick switch. It is also quite handy for a close range battle. Due to its high fire rate, the gun shoots quicker, and potentially, if you can hit your shots, it's worth the purchase. The price of the weapon is 2,150 Robux, which amounts to $26.88. In my opinion, I would not get this gun, as you could use other weapons for well, you don't have to pay that much for them, and you get better damage from them. But it is a nice substitute for a pistol if you're rocking a pistol. Yeah, it's a good substitute for it. I don't know many people that have this gun, but if you want to give it a try, just go for it. My score would be a 7 out of 10, and it's heading for the decent section. Now we have the Ju-3C. I might be a bit biased here because this is my favorite weapon in the game. This has the gun is a laser rifle and holds 18 bullets in the mag. It has a reload speed of 1.5 seconds. It does 23 damage per registered shot and has a fire rate of 1,250. The reason this gun is my favorite is because the reload time merged with the damage makes the weapon easy to use and effective. The recoil on the gun is not bad, but you will have to get used to it. Most weapons of the Ju series have a high recoil, but with focus you can contain that easily, I'm sure. The price of the Ju-3C is 3,875 Robux, or $48.44 in American dollars. What's also interesting about this gun is that you can actually purchase it in the store, in one of the spawns, Roseworld, for ores. Note that if you do buy it with ores, it is only one server life, so it won't be in your inventory if you leave and then rejoin. It won't be there. I'll do a video maybe later on how you can obtain scraps, obtain ores, all that good stuff. The price of the 3C is a bit eye-opening. It's a bit expensive, but if you do love a nice little spray that does damage, I highly recommend you getting it. I would give it a 9 out of 10, and it goes straight in the first class tier. Now, we now have the Ju-4HM. A good friend of the Mazmount channel and challenger, Tilted Fumetsu, has openly said many times that he loves this weapon, and personally I don't blame him. Coming in with 17 damage and a 2,000 fire rate, the gun is a literal machine. The magazine holds 60 bullets. It is basically the Ju-3C's bigger brother. The recoil isn't bad once again, you just have to control it. In my 1v1 with Fumetsu, he used it strategically to take my armor down bit by bit. With such a powerful weapon, the price is rocket high. It comes in at 7,143 Robux. This amounts to $89.29 in American dollars. Now, I certainly recommend this weapon if you want an absolute machine in your hands. I'm sure you won't regret your purchase if you do get it. You can see how happy Fumetsu is when he got it. I would give this a 10 out of 10, and it definitely goes into the OP tier, like 1000%. Next up we have the Ju-5SS, the first and only shotgun in the Ju range. I unfortunately do not have this weapon, nor do I know anyone that has it. Judging by its stats, the 5SS looks decent with 80 damage per shot and 85 fire rate. Although, when we factor in the price of the shotgun, I would not recommend it. It comes in with a price of 12,999 Robux, or about $162 in USD. The shotgun seems extremely powerful, basically wiping out a wastelander without armor in one shot. It's a decent weapon considering the stats, but considering the price for it, I would give it a miss. But a very solid weapon in the end. My score for this gun would be a 6.5 out of 10 based on the pricing and stats. It's indecent for stats, but because of the price, I'm going to put it in usable. Alright, up next is the P226. This is the first non-Ju weapon we'll be looking at. The pistol does 18 damage and has a reload time of 1.25 seconds. It has a solid fire rate of 666. It's a good weapon for players who are just starting out in the game. And if you are wanting to use this weapon, I highly recommend you buy it in-game instead of purchasing it permanently for 175 Robux. In either of the Wasteland spawns, you can purchase it for, I think, 35 or 45 scraps. And yeah, I think that's just better value than just getting it for 175 Robux, which is about $2.20 in USD. Doing 18 damage per shot is decent, and if you are in a lengthy battle, this weapon is so useful for eating away at your opponent's health. My score for this gun would be a solid 8 out of 10, but being 175 Robux to have it permanently is a bit of a waste, so we'll put it in the usable tier. Up next we have the xenomorphic entity, the X33. So it's the only laser revolver in the game. It does 160 damage and has a fire rate of 61. It has a capacity of 3 bullets in the magazine. Many Raiders and Aegis members have this weapon, and I can see why they may have it. If you have the ability to hit important shots, it is the weapon for you. With its lethal 160 damage, it can get a player who has heavy Kevlar down to 40 armor. It's a good substitute for a sniper and has actually more power than the regular sniper. The price of the weapon is 7,600 Robux, which is 95 USD. Now, I highly recommend you getting this gun if you do want to get a quick shot off on your opponent from a small gun that does lots of power. Now the price is a lot, so if you do want this weapon, make sure you are committed. The score for the X33, in my opinion, would be an 8.5 out of 10. So we'll move it to the first class tier by far. We have the Remington 870. It does 28 damage per shot and has a capacity of 8 shells. It has a fire rate of 50 and a DPS of 23. Comparing it to the 5SS, it isn't the best, but it's the next best shotgun in the it's the next best shotgun after the 5SS. The shotgun is extremely good in close range battles, but its spread increases as you step further away from your opponent. It's an alright weapon, but personally I wouldn't buy it. I do recommend purchasing it if you do like shotguns in video games. This one will be not really any different to the other ones. Price of the shotgun is 1,650 Robux or $20.63. My score would be a 6 out of 10, and it would sit maybe in the just okay tier. Okay, up next we have the G36C. Now, it does 17 damage and has a fire rate of 821. So it makes it a quite versatile assault rifle. It's an extremely popular weapon in the Wasteland. You are able to purchase this rifle from any one of the spawns for 520 scrap. I think the gun is essential to newer players who just start out in the game. It's a sick gun to use as a secondary weapon. I personally use it with the sniper and the 3C, the G3C, and it's a nice addition. If you miss your 3C shot, you can use this to clean up, as the damage is actually quite high for a cheap rifle, to be fair. It has a fast reload time of 1.5 seconds, and if you do want it permanently, it costs 600 Robux or $7.50 in American dollars. I highly recommend using this gun if you don't want to splash the cash on a 4HM or a 3C. This is a great substitute for that. So in that case, I'll give it a 7, no, maybe an 8 out of 10, and we'll put it in the decent tier. On to the M249. It's the non-laser LMG in the game. It does 13 damage and has a fire rate of 923. It takes a whole 2 seconds to reload, as it's an LMG. It holds 120 bullets, 60 more than the 4HM. This is an okay gun, like the fire rate isn't bad, it's got good capacity, and the damage, it could be worse. I do have this gun and I do enjoy it for its large magazine size, so I don't need to reload as often. And I think it could be also a good substitute for an AR if you don't want to use the AK-47, the Famas, or the G36C. You could always use the M249. The price of the gun is 9,200 scrap or 1,429 Robux. This amounts to $21.88. For the price, for the price, it's not the best for the damage, but if you use scrap, it's an okay deal. So my score would be a 7 out of 10, and I'd put it in the usable tier. Now we move on to the AK-47, or the RPK-74M. It does 16 damage and has a fire rate of 800. It holds 30 bullets in the mag and has a reload time of 1.5 seconds. You are able to purchase this weapon in both spawns for 475 scrap. This is another weapon I would recommend you buy in scrap, only if you really want it permanently. In my opinion, the gun is a good starter weapon for a new player, but I would not recommend it for close range battles. You are better off using the G36C or even the P226. The AK is a reliable weapon with 16 damage and a high fire rate. It could be used as a secondary weapon with the sniper. I used it when I first started raiding, but I switched to the G36C soon after, and I would rate it a 6.5 out of 10, and we'll put it in the just okay tier. Lastly, we have the Famas. So the Famas looks like a solid AR, and it could also be used as a nice substitute for your secondary weapon. I don't have it personally, but I think it's quite similar to the last two ARs we talked about. 14 damage and a 923 fire rate looks nice, and personally I wouldn't mind giving it a go. It cannot be purchased using scrap though. The only way you can get it is by spending 900 Robux, which is about $11.25 in USD. It's a good value for this type of weapon. We'll put it in the usable tier. And for me, the Famas is a 7 out of 10. So that is the end of the tier list, and I hope you guys did enjoy. These decisions are off my opinion. I haven't used all these guns. I've used a lot of friends' help for the guns I don't have. I may do another one of these for all the guns in the game, and including all the game passes like the armor and all that stuff. I'll also, if you guys do want another person with me, like talking and discussing the opinions, please do let me know in the comment section. Also, if you do leave a comment, make sure you tell me who you specifically want me to do a video with this. And yeah, if you guys did happen to enjoy this type of content, please do let me know as well. I might do more of these videos in the future. Once again, thank you Adkov again for letting me use your document. I'll make sure to leave a link to that document in the description, and this tier list you can also get in the description below. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Please make sure, if you do enjoy, please subscribe, leave a like. Why not give a nice comment in the comments section below as well. Thank you and goodbye.